Let's bring in the Shadow Immigration Minister Dan Tehan. Dan, good to see you this morning. Before I ask you about that, did you watch the football this morning?
I didn't watch it. I've watched the highlights, and I must say, hat off to Graham Arnold. What a call, and he backed himself, and he's coming for a lot of criticism, but this has been a campaign like no other for the Socceroos. He stuck to his guns, and to him and Andrew Redmayne, I mean, they can have a quiet beer tonight over there and celebrate because... Well done, Socceroos. Just fantastic to see.
Fantastic to see, absolutely right. And we're all buzzing here too. Now, back to that news story, Dan, about that third asylum seeker boat's been intercepted since the election. You now shadow immigration. So does that show that the system is still working despite who's in charge?
Well, it does show that the Labor Party are implementing the policy that we successfully put in place, which is good. But they've also got to make sure they take some extra steps. And one of the things that I'd be encouraging them to do is to get a minister straight away to Sri Lanka to meet with the Sri Lankan government. Now, whether that's the Immigration Minister, the Home Affairs Minister or the Foreign Affairs Minister, someone needs to be getting to Sri Lanka. We've got a crisis occurring there. We've got to be doing what we can to support that. It's in our national interest to make sure that we're helping the Sri Lankan government at this stage. So it's now time to be proactive. We don't want to see any more boats coming from Sri Lanka. So let's take a proactive step. Let's get over there and let's see what we can do working with them to stop these boats from coming in the future.
And what can we do to work with them beyond what we are already doing?
Well, we should be looking to see how we can support the government in stabilising the situation. There is a humanitarian crisis there, what we can do to bring the UN to help and support with what's happening, see what we can do with the global food organisations to see whether they can help and support there. There's a lot of things that we should be doing, but immediately we should be thinking about getting over there and seeing what they do need in support, so we're not going to see these boats continue to come. Let's act at the source rather than having to deal with it here.
Dan, Parliament's not sitting until July. That's a way off still. What do you make of that?
Well, I'm incredibly surprised. This was a government that said accountability and transparency would be at the forefront of everything they do, yet the Parliament is not going to sit until the end of July. Why? And you know what? While Parliament isn't sitting, things are getting held up. So not only are we missing out on that accountability and that transparency, for instance, the UK Free Trade Agreement and the Indian Free Trade Agreement are sitting there dormant. We need the Parliament to sit. We need J. Scott to sit for these to be approved. Now, they will help with the mobility crisis that we're facing and the skills crisis we're facing at the moment. They'll help with inflation, reduce tariffs on imports, and also will help our exporters. So why is the Parliament not sitting till the end of July? I can't understand it, and I've heard no good reason from the government as to why. The Parliament is the place where we are able to hold the government to account. Now, you've got an energy crisis, skills crisis, you've got work that needs to be doing, and we're not sitting till the end of July. Why?